Hi, welcome home, soul family of light. This is Michelle with Smile Soul Power, and today I'm going to talk to you about the portal of the unknown. And Smile Soul Power is here to offer for you encouragement, enlightenment, and empowerment. And I invite you to relax and get very receptive, and you feel the messages not just as information, but as a gift of energy, of love and light. So open your heart, open your mind while you relax, and feel the energy come through and to you as you listen to these messages. So I like to offer encouragement so that you remember about your own soul power within, and you always have that hope and faith for the future, and you're striving for the better future for which we're all creating right now. Also enlightenment, because there's light energy in the information that's coming through you right now, light activations for your DNA and light activations through these messages that come through, because truth opens up portals for more truth, and it's just sort of an activation that we're all activating each other, and we're alchemizing energy by paying attention to the truth. And so we receive the light of truth as information, we walk in the light of truth, and we stand in our integrity, and we become the light of truth, and then we resonate, and we gain even more soul powers by increasing our discernment, because we resonate with the truth. And that's really what we are. Pure energy, pure consciousness is pure truth. So that is how we become enlightened, and that is through encouragement from each other, reminders from each other. We're in a new way of being, so we help each other. We each have our own contribution, and everybody's needed. We need each other, and we're going through these times together right now. So you have a lot of soul power, and I know that's being activated right now. Mine are. I just look across the board, across all of humanity, and people are going through changes, and sometimes the hardest things that we go through and have to overcome increase our light even more and activate us even more. So challenges are very, very activating, and we're seeing that individually and collectively, globally. It's just amazing what's happening globally right now. So we have the power. We've got the power of the Holy Spirit within. And, part of this channel is just to remind us to go home within, to the heaven within, and access those powers, access that peace, access that light, realize the true identity of the essence of pure love that comprises our being, and that also unifies us. Because really, in essence, the essence of who we are, our eternal essence, we are that essence of pure love and pure light, pure consciousness. And so there's really nothing that divides us, not the appearance of separate bodies. We're not a race or a gender or a culture or anything that appears on the outside that seems to separate. And so unless we buy into it, we just can't be divided. We are unified, and as I say, that's a fact. So unity is a fact. So sometimes individually we go through portals of the unknown, and right now I believe collectively we're going through a portal of the unknown, because things are changing radically in our world. We're all witnessing all of the old structures falling apart, institutions, belief systems, programmed mindsets. People are waking up to the fact that there's been, propagandized social engineering and very subtle mind control happening. And, we had a false sense of identity based on appearances and outer things, and we were more focused on the physical, primarily, rather than the spiritual. And now is the time to shift and come into balance and focus on the spiritual and really, really be in balance, because that's where we get our light. You know, that's our source of power when we go within. So as always, I always recommend at least 5 minutes a day, a regular basis of going within, being silent, being in solitude, being still. And that's where you get power. And I'm telling you, just, you know, a short time every morning. I do it in the morning. I know some people do it in the evening, but for me, you know, morning time is best. In fact, that reminds me of a video. I saw it recently, and it was about the power and the benefit of morning prayer, and I'll put that in a link below in the description box so that you can enjoy that too. So we're getting rid of, you know, the ego really is a false sense of identity. It's sort of an image, an outer image, and it's constructed by maybe things we have or what we look like, or maybe our financial status, or maybe a title or something like that. But that's not the true essence that lasts. You know, what really lasts is the essence of our soul. And that's where we get our power. And so, you know, the Socrates adage, you know thyself, is extremely important, more important now than ever, I would say. So taking that 5 minutes a day minimum. I mean, I actually like to do an hour or two personally, but I've been doing this daily for years, and you sort of grow where you're like really, really attracted to this light, you know, like a flower facing the sun. You know, you just want to go, oh, drink it all up. You know, you get that nectar, as I call it, and it's really fascinating. So I'm going to read a couple things from my book today. This is the book. It is a New World After All, Poetry and Prose to Inspire a New World Vision. As you know, I'm a visionary, and I'm very much into visioning. And the last YouTube video I published was success stories, and I really truly believe that we are creating a new world, and we're holding the vision together, and we get this from our inner world when we go within, because we're all harmonized by that inner direction of divine will. And so it's really important to stay tuned up like an instrument that needs to be tuned up, you know, because we are instruments of God, and we do God's will, and our soul receives so much joy when we're tuned in. You know, we just sparkle and we spark, and we feel alive and passionate and, you know, happy and joyful and peaceful and loving and kind, and that's what our new world feels like. You know, it's really peaceful and loving and kind, and everybody loves one another. I just love it. I love it. That's what we're creating. So what's going to happen next? What is going to happen next? Did you ever think that what happened this year happened this year? I did not see that particular thing coming. But I'll tell you, I know, you know, what I did see coming was change. I felt it within. And, you know, I believe that we were all born for these times. We all are very adept at energy mastery. We all have hearts full of love. I mean, really deep down, we really do care for one another. I know we do. And, you know, if we stay in our heart and feel love and compassion, and we don't get caught up in any, opinions or, you know, anything that separates us at all. I mean, really deep down, we really, really care for one another, everybody in humanity. You know, we're alike in so many ways. We all have tender, precious hearts of feeling, and we all have mental faculties. We have, you know, our perceptions of our soul, and we're growing, and we're increasing our perception. We're clearing our mind, and we're using our mind in a different, more empowered way, and we're using our bodies more, and controlling our bodies and our emotions and our minds to master energy and vibration and information. You know, so this is the mastery that we're coming into. So everything falling apart creates a portal of the unknown. And so while, things are just, falling apart. So I'm going to read just a little bit of this book right here. This is called Breaking Out of Boxes, by the way, and it's in the section called Freedom. My book has 44 sections, and each section has a quote, a word, a quote, a poem, and an essay. And it's just used for inspiration. You're supposed to open it up to any page. So this one is called Breaking Out of Boxes. It's an essay. And nothing is the same anymore. Nothing. As much as we try, and some of us are trying awfully hard, we can't fit into any of the old boxes anymore. Even if we fit, the box is not serving its purpose. It's all for naught. The work boxes, the religion boxes, the relationship boxes, the political boxes, educational boxes, all the boxes that we've created are disintegrating. That's because it was based on the old paradigm and the old paradigm way of living based on material reality, and that's breaking down rapidly. The new paradigm way of living is emerging. It is based on the freedom and expression of spirit. We can express divine love by reclaiming our own personal freedom and honoring the freedom of others. By using the power of our creative will, we can live any way we choose. We can eliminate our false perceptions that keep us in jail. Then we can eliminate outer manifestations of power and control. We are not having to live under anyone else's power and control. We are learning to control ourselves. And when we control our mind, no one else can control us. Whether parental, institutional, governmental, or commercial, these perceived sanctions against our freedom are really disintegrating in their power. When they are in alignment with the highest good of all, they are serving their purpose. However, many people have abused positions of power due to ill intentions, ignorance, or greed. Their time is up. Once people reclaim their freedom, they just do what they want within the realm of universal law. It's that simple. Do you want more freedom? It's yours to claim. So here we are reclaiming our freedom, and it looks like to me that we have to take a stand and fight for our freedom. I mean, there are abuses of power all over the place. But, the thing is, what we're learning here is the power of our consciousness. And so in order to do that, we basically do sort of what I pointed out in my last video, success stories, but we're setting intentions, we're using the power of consciousness, we are projecting, and we are conscious creators instead of victims. So we're out of victim consciousness and we're adopting creator consciousness. We're coming into our power. So our power is within. That is our point of power. And once we realize that we are sovereign, we are free, God gives us our strength, our rights, and fulfills all of our needs. We are not dependent on outer forces. We are not tricked into doing their bidding instead of following our conscience and doing God's will. We're directed from within, not from without, from outer dictates. Only when things resonate and are in harmony with the higher will and with our conscious, do we, that is actually how we harmonize. Because everybody really has a conscience. Although, to me, it appears like some people, sold their soul and lost their conscience, and a few people lost their way. That's all there is to it. But most of us here, and I'm sure the people that have come to this channel, we're here to shine our light. We came because we're strong. We came because we know we were born for a purpose, and we came for these times. And so the way to master these times is to really get the blueprint. Get the blueprint. There's a plan. Yeah, there's a divine plan. There is a divine plan. Acknowledge there's a divine plan. And your soul has a blueprint. And so you are an integral part of the divine plan. We need you. We need everybody here. We are here to cooperate to manifest the divine plan. So what's happening in our world right now? Well, it's the changing of the guard. And we know it. We came here for this. The old guard was about greed, power, control. And the only way they could do that is through deception. Deceiving you out of your conscience, out of your inherent rights, deceive you by scaring you, using fear, using manipulation, social engineering, propaganda, all these little tools used to trick you out of your own power. But you're powerful. Don't let it happen. You're not going to lose your freedom unless you give it up willingly. Your freedom is given by God. It's inherent. And your freedom also has power. You have the freedom as in free will choice. You have power as in will power. I mean, attune to God's will, attune to your own willpower, set intentions. Intentions come from willpower, and intentions are powerful. So you don't say, oh, I'm a victim, what's happening to me? You stand up and you say, no, I've got my power, and here's what's going to happen. And use the visioning power, seriously. And the more we band together, and the more we stand up and say, no, I am sovereign, and nobody has power over me. I live within universal law. I do not harm anyone, and I don't allow anyone to harm me, because I'm the master of my energy field. And I put up protection, and my divine light is so bright, I'm protected by the light of my own being. So you have inherent protection as well. So activate that, use it, and go within 5 minutes a day. If you don't know how to do something, just ask. There's so many people right now guiding and offering these lighthouse beams of light so that you can just go and find your way. There are way showers all around us. There's a lot of great YouTube channels. There's people in your life, people who care about you and love you. And, generally these people that are way showers have a lot of compassion, understanding, and unconditional love. And we don't judge, we don't say you're wrong and I'm right or anything like that, because we're all basically explorers finding our way, and so we help each other. We're a team. We're a team. We are a human family, and we're a team. So attune to and trust in the divine plan. Remember to go in and, ask, what is my purpose in life? What is my plan? What is my blueprint? What is God's will for my life today? How can I serve? How can I help others? So, in fact, that's a tactic. Like if you get lost in depression or your own problems are getting you down, put them aside for a minute and say, how can I help someone else? And you move your attention away from the problem onto helping someone else, and then and focus on solutions. And so your energy will be uplifted and your vibration will go up. And another way to do that is, focus on gratitude. Think, well, I'm feeling down right now. What do I have to be grateful for? Oh, yeah, well, the sun is shining. I have a friend I could call. I have a candle I can light. I can uplift my spirits. And, I have something to give the world. And that's really a good feeling. That gives you intrinsic value. Giving of yourself. And everybody has a hand to lend, at least, you can help somebody. You just, who's next door, who's right in front of you, who's at work, or who's in your family. I used to have this assignment at school, and it really is a way to get out of your small self and into your larger self. And I think it was called light the way or make someone's day. It was something like that. And the idea was to do a chore for someone, or write a little like appreciation letter, you know, and it's cool to have it in writing, just like a little note of appreciation, a little note, I love you, and here's why I appreciate you, and people love having these things in writing, and I did this with high school kids, and I am telling you what, I swear it, I looked at some of their eyes when they were telling me the stories, because they had to write a reflection about it, a little paper, and they felt so good within. They had that intrinsic value of, you know, generating a feeling of feeling good about themselves. They might have helped their mom with the dishes, you know, just helped anybody, you know, with a chore, or, you know, lighten their load. That's the lighten their load part. And to make someone's day is just giving someone, you know, smile, a compliment, you know, appreciation in writing. Those things are really good and really, really uplifting. I highly recommend it. So an intention to set in these days and times is intend for soul success. Intend for soul success. You know, we're all here to be successful as souls, which means we want to express our talents, our gifts, our virtues. You know, virtues are things like, you know, kindness, caring, helping, that kind of thing. And our talents may be in artistic, creative, musical, problem solving. You know, it could be programming, it could be building, it could be fixing. There's all kinds of, you know, creative ways, you know, to use our intelligence. And once we start, you know, we get really inspired and passionate, and it feels really great, and it lifts our energy to that joyful state, and it's so great to be joyful. So, and that's a way to manage energy, you know, intend to be joyful, intend to be peaceful, intend to be loving. You know, these are good intentions to set in these days and times. So we were all born at this time for a reason, and we are free. We do not have to give it up. So freedom actually rests in the mind, you know. So mainly, if we claim our freedom in our mind, we are powerful. We are powerful. So I'm gonna read a little poem to you called "Freedom is Free," and this is actually the same section that came from the little beginning of the excerpt that I read called "Breaking Out of Boxes." The word is freedom, actually, in this section. The quote is, "Freedom rests in our mind. We can claim it in its totality in any moment. We can claim global freedom by using directed, synergized group consciousness focused on solutions." And look at my success stories, because that will give you a sense of empowerment, I'm sure, you know, because we're all becoming conscious creators. So this one is called "Freedom is Free." When we empty our mind from which we create, we can choose a new scene with a brand new slate. Wouldn't that be great to wipe the slate free right now after this, you know, COVID shutdown? Wipe that clean. All right. When we empty our mind from which we create, we can choose a new scene with a brand new slate. In our imagination, we can dream what we desire. All things are possible when love is on fire. When all beliefs are suspended, removing limitation, we enjoy the freedom of our own creation. We have free will and can stand our ground. We can use freedom of mind no matter who's around. The passion of love from our soul through our heart is the energy we use to find our life's part. This connection, once found and secured in place, is infinite and free, though we don't see a trace. We each have a blueprint for the life that we live. We take life from God and choose what we give. When we surrender to life and discover our calling, freedom follows to create any gift without stalling. When we stop and focus our attention inside and get totally present with all senses open wide, we imagine with love as joy shines on our face. We get what we want in our own little place. If we can really believe in our dreams come true, life will follow suit in our outer view. All we have to do is nothing, just be. It doesn't cost anything. Freedom is free. And this is freedom of the mind is free. Freedom of your mind is free. We were born free, and we don't have to give it away. So take control of your own mind. Kind of take a look at what you put your attention on and what directs your attention. So you kind of take a metaphysical, metacognitive approach, and you kind of transcend your thinking processes and become the overseer. Look what you pay attention to. So I was a computer teacher, and so computers process information. We process information. And there's a saying in computers, which a lot of you know, garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so you can process, but the first step is input. There's input, processing, and output. So the input is where you put your attention, and that goes in. And then you process what goes in. And then the output is what you express. And so we're all into this processing of information, processing feelings, processing information, processing the information of change. And so our processing is being upgraded, and we're learning to discern, we're learning to transmute, and we're learning to transform. And we're learning to master our energy, our vibration. And we're doing that by, first of all, mastering our attention and where we place it. And so when we get one with our true essence of being by doing that 5 minutes a day minimum of being still with no technology, we go into the technology of our, OI, original intelligence that comes from our heart, through our heart, from our soul, from the spirit that we are. And so thereby we get centered in peace, and we receive information, and as we get still, our vibrational attunement increases, and then we also have, we have that more and more we have discernment, and we have more and more light, and we realize more and more who we truly are, which is the essence of love, pure love. We are pure love. And so we're overseers now of our mind, but we're also overseers of our emotion. So we don't want to get yanked around and jerked around, and we don't want to have our buttons pushed. We don't want to have an emotional roller coaster. What we learn by discovering the peace within is to maintain that peace throughout the day and holding our peace. And instead of having outer chaos from the outside create chaos and anxiety inside, we take that peace within and we express it without, and we maintain that peace, and we're a presence of peace in the world. And that's part of our transformation in humanity, as individually and collectively. So mind, that's just an important part of the message today, is mind what you pay attention to. Because in the portal of the unknown, we're in this space of intense change. It's like a precipice, really. And what happens, when you're at a precipice? Let's just say that you're at the very peak top of a mountain and you can see 360 degrees. Look at all the possibilities. I mean, infinite possibilities. There's so much to create at this time. I mean, if the old is all gone and we transmute energy, let's say, second law of thermodynamics, nothing is neither created nor destroyed, it only changes form. So the purpose of the old energy is dissolving. It has served its purpose. Now we have this energy that we're transmuting, and we're saying, thank you for your purpose, and now here's all this energy. And it often comes up as emotion, by the way. If you find yourself crying spontaneously or feeling grief and all these emotional things come up for healing, you're at a point of power. Make sure you focus on your vision and solutions and not problems, because otherwise you'll create more of the same. we're conscious creators. You take that energy of emotion and you focus your attention on what you want to create, what you desire to happen next. Look toward the future and not toward the past. And in that way, we are all creating together. We're transmuting energy. I think that everybody that was born at this time has that ability and talent to transmute. I think that's one of our jobs right now. And I'm sure you can probably relate to that. Everybody I talk to, can relate to that. So when you overcome, when you uplift, when you feel love and you get to the other side of something that's been processed, then energy has been transmuted. So get fed with the light within at least 5 minutes a day. I'm just going to read a couple of little poems that I think are good for this time. And one of them is called Success. Okay, this is a different time, and it's just success is thought of as differently, I think, nowadays. It's different because our paradigm is shifting. Success. Looking out makes you pout when you see the world in fear. Looking in makes you win when you feel the love so near. Delving inside creates inner pride by expressing the real you. Magnitudinous success is achieving the best of what your soul has set out to do. Deep, deep down, absorbing love found creates our inspiration. By being aware, life doesn't scare, but becomes a celebration. Stop to be, rest by a tree. Just relax and let life flow. Listen to feelings, it's wisdom revealing the message from your soul. Don't stop trying. There is no dying. Life is eternally renewing. Truth is knowing. Your soul is glowing. It's happy whatever you're doing. Success. You are successful no matter what. That's all there is to it. So together we're holding a vision. What we're doing is together we're at the top of this pinnacle. We're delving into the portal of the unknown together. What's unknown? Our future's unknown. And that's great. Globally, our future is unknown. We are looking at the dissolution of the past. And what does the future hold? It holds our vision. And so we vision together. And so I'm going to read another poem, the last one. And here we go. Together with me, please. I hope you hold this vision. It's called Peaceful Paradise. That's the vision. We're in heaven on earth, that's for sure. Like the energy in nature, it seems so pure. Take a deep breath. It seems so refreshing. We're living in harmony. All energies meshing. Now everyone loves and gets love in return. We're living in peace. The tables have turned. We don't have to do anything. We can just be. We love each other unconditionally. We've all worked so hard to discard the old stuff. We said, no more misery. We've had enough. Nobody stands for anything except for the truth. The whole world is free, even our youth. Greed is absolved. We all have enough. All tummies are full. No more times that are tough. We play and enjoy our unique creativity. We've opened up to our inner sensitivity. The truth has revealed a great understanding, the love within unity and awareness expanding. No more secrets or lies, pollution or war. We've peeled all the layers, we've reached the core. At last, each of God's children has been freed. Our Mother, Father, God meets every need. We experience the oneness of God's presence We've realized the purity of our very essence. We've ushered in a new age of peace. With love, we've helped our joy to increase. With bright sunny days and feeling so light, we celebrate life all day and all night. And with that, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to God. Thank you to the Christ light within. Thank you for this point of power, which is the portal of the unknown, because we are sharing a vision and we're all being activated to express our highest potential. Thank you, Soul Family of Light. Please visit smile4love.com, and I'll see you again next time. Lots of love.